In Russia's Belgorod region, on the border with Ukraine, a swift, late-night handover. The men were quiet as they crossed the border checkpoint north of Rostov-on-Don. 63 Ukrainian soldiers swapped for 9 Russian paratroopers in a rare sign of cooperation.
The
negotiations were far from easy, but thank God common sense prevailed. Our boys are with us on our territory. I want to stress that we don't abandon our people. From the first minutes our servicemen were detained, all measures were taken to start the negotiation process and their return to the homeland.
Russia says the Ukrainian soldiers were trying to get away from the fighting when they entered Russian territory on Wednesday. But its own paratroopers, captured in eastern Ukraine, it says, had crossed the border accidentally. In releasing footage of the Russian soldiers last week, Ukrainian authorities said the unit were on a special mission. Kiev maintains Russia's to blame and says more than 1,000 troops are now operating in the east.
Terrorists would not have been capable of conducting such operation without Russian Federation troops. They are there. Several Russian Marines were captured during one breakthrough operation.
The deal was reportedly struck between Ukrainian President Petro Poroshenko and his Russian counterpart Vladimir Putin during talks in Minsk. But the conciliatory tone isn't turning the tide of this conflict. President Putin is now calling for statehood to be considered by eastern Ukraine, a stark progression from his previous calls for more regional powers.
It is necessary immediately to start substantive and substantial negotiations, and not just technical matters, but matters of politically organizing society and statehood for southeastern Ukraine.
Feeding warnings from Ukraine, the point of no return is near, and that point, it says, is full-scale war. While most Russians, especially those living here near the border, support the pro-separatist rebels, a government-supported opinion poll over the weekend showed that only 5% were in favor of sending troops into Ukraine. And as this conflict worsens, President Putin may find his support for boots on the ground slipping away.